Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Sana. Let's discuss today's topic. Today we are going to discuss about different female body pleasure points or different female body pleasure areas. In previous video, I mentioned about the ignorance of the men about the female pleasure points, and they thinks that the woman gets pleasure by anal penetration, and some women's concern about anal penetration, that why the men are asking for anal penetration even though they don't feel any pleasure other than irritation and pain by anal penetration. Still, why men are asking for anal penetration with their wives? I mentioned about the differences. There are many differences in the male and female bodies. In pleasure points, also, there is a lot of differences, and along with the sexual response cycle, male and female are entirely different in sexual response cycle, and female need more time to ready for sexual intimacy or to get to enjoy the pleasure of sex. Let's go to today's topic. The female body can experience sexual pleasure from several areas because many part of the body contain sensitive nerve endings connected to the brain's pleasure centers. However, every woman is different from some area and may feel very pleasurable for one woman and less for another. For example, in a simple means, some person may feel easily ticklish. For example, for your understanding, some women are easily ticklish, and they are ticklish everywhere in their body, even legs. If you touch some of their hand part, they are ticklish. But some women are relatively less ticklish unless certain points, like under the arms or something like that. So, likewise, the female pleasure points also differs from which point is more pleasurable to her is different from the other person, other female. So it's man's duty to identify which is his partner's most pleasurable point and make her enjoy the relationship. Some women even doesn't know about what their bodies or what her body's most pleasurable point is for herself. So each woman's body is a mystery. So let's look into the topic. Where are the most common pleasure points located in female body? One is clitoris. It is the most sensitive area. The clitoris is the most sensitive sexual organ in female body. Why it produces strong pleasure? It has about 8,000 plus nerve endings over there, more than any other human organ. The only biological function of the female clitoris is sexual pleasure. It becomes engorged with the blood during arousal, increasing sensitivity. Important facts to note that the only small part, that's the gland part, is visible outside. Most of the clitoris extends internally around the vagina. Many women reach orgasm primarily through clitoral stimulations. Second one is vaginal area. The vagina also contributes to pleasure, but it has fewer nerve endings than clitoris. The areas in vagina involved in sensations are the entrance of the vagina. It is the most sensitive portion, and the anterior wall, the front wall of sometimes called G spot, may produce strong sensations for some women. Next is the internal area where the clitoris is attached or clitoris reaches inside the vaginal canal is also has many nerve endings or the parts of clitoral structure internally in the vaginal canal also has many nerve endings, and the pressure over the can gives the pleasure for females. For many women, vaginal stimulation alone is not enough for orgasm without clitoral stimulation. That means penetration alone cannot give orgasm in females. Now the third position or the third pleasure point, breast and nipples. The nipples and areola contain many nerve endings. Let's look into how they are creating pleasure. The stimulation of these areas sends signals through the nerves to the brain. The brain area activated by this are similar to those activated by genital stimulations. Some women can even experience orgasm from nipple stimulation alone, though it is less common. During arousal time, nipples may become erect, breasts may become more sensitive due to increased blood flow. In my previous video about the sexual response cycle of male and female, I mentioned that the pain, making the woman feels the pain, doesn't gives her any pleasure. So the point you should note in this video also that the making the woman feel pain in any areas does not give her any enjoyment because the pain shuts the brain centers of the pleasure. Now let's look into the next point, the other pleasure points in the female body. Besides genital areas, other parts of the body can produce pleasure because they are rich in touch sensitive nerves. Common pleasure zones include neck, ears, inner thighs, lower back, hips, buttocks, etc. These areas often create psychological and sensory arousal, which can increase overall sexual pleasure. The key point you should note that female sexual pleasure is not only physical, it also involves brain, emotions, hormones, and comfort with a partner. Trust, relaxation, and emotional connection can strongly influence how pleasure is experienced. So, that's all about today's topic. Let's meet in another video with another topic. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.